Jai Hind students. Today our topic is pressure. What is pressure? Many people confuse between these two terms, pressure and work, and they think that these two terms are similar, but actually these two terms or quantities are different. You can see there are two blocks here, and on these two blocks 10 Newton force is being applied. Areas of the blocks are 20 meter square and 10 meter square respectively. First it is 20 meter square and for second it is 10 meter square. And you know what? This 10 Newton force is now distributed over this area, and same this 10 Newton force is distributed over this area. And here for unit area, the force which is being applied on unit area is called pressure, and this is the force, and this is the basic difference between the pressure. Pressure is what? Pressure is force on unit area. So we have the definition of how pressure is defined as the force acting on a unit area, and so pressure becomes force upon total area, that is F upon A. So basic for understanding pressure is that on any surface when force is applied, force is distributed over whole area, and for each unit area the force that is being applied on it is called pressure. Here we have some blocks, and area of each block is 1 square meter, and you can count here 1 2 3 4 5. In another object there are 4 blocks, there are 5 blocks, and the area becomes 5 square meter. Now if I apply a force of 10 Newton on this first area, and the same force 10 Newton is being applied on the second area. This time when you are applying this 10 Newton force on the second object, in that case this time force is being applied but it is distributed over whole area, and 2 Newton is here applying, 2 Newton is applied here, 2 Newton is applied here. So now compare one thing, force which is applied on unit area is called the pressure. In this case pressure is equal to force upon area, that is 1. Here for the second object total area is 5 and the force which is being applied is 10 Newton, so 10 upon 5, that becomes 2 Newton per meter square. Now you can see that this is the force 2 Newton per meter square, and here the force is 10 Newton per meter square, and this is called pressure here, the force that is being applied on unit area. So you can see when I increase the area here, for the same force pressure decreases, from 10 becomes 2 Newton per meter square. We have pressure is equal to force upon area, we know that, and just write a fraction, that is 1 upon 2. Okay, what if I increase the denominator, that is 2 here, now that will be 3, so this is now 1 upon 3, and value of 1 upon 2 and 1 upon 3, which one is greater? This 1 upon 2 is greater than 1 upon 3. So in any fraction when you increase denominator, then value of overall fraction decreases. Same thing is here in this formula, when you increase area pressure decreases because the overall value of this fraction decreases, force is constant. You can have your example here, force is constant but this is the area, that is 20 meter square, and here 10 meter square for the second plate. Pressure for this first plate is equal to what? Force upon area, that is 10, force is 10 Newton and the area is 20 meter square, so we have 1 upon 2, that is 0.5, and we didn't discuss about the unit of the pressure, so just have the magnitude right now. So this is 0.5, so value of the pressure is 0.5 here, and in second case value of pressure is 10 upon 10, that is 1. Now you can observe one thing, in case we have equal forces, just because of this difference in area pressure is different. So pressure depends on force and area. If you increase force, the overall value of the fraction increases, so pressure also increases. But when you increase area, value of pressure also decreases. Here, for a given force, smaller is the area of contact, higher is the pressure exerted by it. You have the example here. Here, force is constant in both the case, but this time area is smaller and we have greater pressure here. And for a given force, larger is the area of contact, lesser is the pressure exerted by it. You can see this time here area is greater, pressure overall here is less than the second one. And what if area is fixed and you want to increase the pressure here? What you should do? You have to increase the force there. Now we have several examples related to this pressure and few of them are given below. The skiers use flat and long skis to slide on snow because when the ski is flat and long, in that case the overall area of the base of the skis increases. And you know what area increases, pressure decreases. So there is less chance of sinking in snow there. Sledges are not provided with wheel. What is the sledge? This is the cart which moves when it is pulled. Are not provided with wheels. And sledges are pulled on snow. And if we provide their wheel, in that case, the contact area of the wheel is less. In that case, pressure increases. And there will be the condition of sinking in snow. The rear wheel of the tractor is made broader. You have seen in tractors, rear wheels are broader than the front. And the reason is that while cultivating, we have to drive this tractor in field, and there is chance of sinking of this tractor wheel in water or mud. So if tractor wheel has broader area, in that case pressure which is being exerted by the tractor is less and the chances of being sinked is less now. Foundation of high risk buildings are kept wide. Taller buildings are rather heavy. What we do, we just make the foundation wide there so that overall pressures of the base decreases. Camel has broader feet. Camel can walk through desert easily. The feet of camel are broader and therefore pressure applied by the feet of camel is less now, and without any retardation here camel can walk in desert too. All cutting instruments like knife, blades, etc. are sharper at the cutting edge. There are two terms, blunt and sharp. Blunt means cutting edges are not sharp, they have greater area than the sharp edges. And you know what, if area is greater then pressure is lesser, and when cutting edges are sharp, in that case area is lesser, pressure is higher now. Now you are able to cut the objects easily because pressure which is being applied by you is increased. Drawing pins have relatively much larger area at top and highly pointed and sharpened lower end. You can see if this is the pin and this is the top, this is the lower end of the pin, and here it is pointed and sharpened, and this is the top which is broader. In that case when you apply force by your finger, you do not feel much pressure, but here which is sharp, it feels the pressure, and easily you can penetrate this in papers. Now we will discuss about the units of the pressure. As we know, pressure is equal to force upon area, and unit of force, SI unit of force is Newton, and SI unit of area is square meter. So SI unit for pressure becomes Newton per square meter, that is written as Newton per meter square or Newton square per meter. This unit is called Pascal. In short, this Newton per meter square is called Pascal. And one more term is given here, atmospheric pressure. What is this atmospheric pressure? We know that we live in a planet named Earth, and there is a surrounding of gases. That surrounding is called atmosphere. So as we live here, we have an air column above us that is continuously applying force on us, and that force of this air column is called atmospheric pressure, and that is written as 1 atm, and which is given as 76 centimeter of mercury column. This means that in barometer up to 76 centimeter height, if mercury is filled, that pressure is equal to 1 atmospheric pressure, and that can be written as 760 millimeter. And remember, unit of the pressure is Pascal or Newton per meter square. Now we have pressure exerted by fluids. What is fluid? Fluid means something which can flow, and gases and liquids are collectively called fluid because these both type or the matter or the state of the matters are able to flow. Now we have heading pressure exerted by liquids. We have first statement, that is a liquid contained in vessel exerts pressure on its wall and bottom. You can see there is a vessel, and this is can too. You can write can or vessel, and which is filled with water, that is a liquid. Okay, and you know what, if you make two holes of same size, one has less depth and second has more depth than the first condition. You will observe here that the distance water flow can covers is greater in this condition rather this one. Means when you increase the depth, more pressure is being applied. So a pressure at a point in a liquid depends on its depth. That can be observed here because if depth is higher, then pressure is higher, and this displacement of water flow is also higher, displacement from this boundary to this place. We have, if this is the sea level, water level of sea, and if we travel down 1000 meter, means 1 kilometer, atmospheric pressure is up to here, but now value of this, now pressure of this water column also added, and this time the pressure, overall pressure is 100 atm, 100 atmospheric pressure. This is just because of this water column and this air column. So sea divers wear specially designed suit to counter such higher pressure because our body is not suitable to bear this pressure. And we have pressure of a liquid is the same in all directions at the same depth. Just consider this is a layer that is XY, and three holes are there on the same depth in this vessel, and that is filled by water, that is filled with water. And when we observe the distance this flow covers from the bucket is equal in each condition, it means that pressure which is being applied on the surface in water is equal for each condition. So we can write pressure of a liquid in the same is pressure of a liquid is the same in all the directions at the same depth. We have another point, which is pressure of a liquid doesn't depend upon the shape and size of the container. We have containers of three shape and size, you can see that, but height of the container is similar in all conditions. So this height means the depth of the vessel. Okay, we have holes of equal size, and the depth of, or if you want to count from here, you can do this, depth of the holes is equal. in all three cases. So our observation again says that the distance which is covered by the flow of water is again equal. Even the quantity of water in these three vessels are different right now. So pressure of a liquid doesn't depend upon the shape and size. It just depends upon the depth of the container. What is the pressure being applied by water column and air column? That is depend on that thing. And we have our fourth point, that is Pascal's law. And according to Pascal's law, in a closed vessel, pressure applied to a liquid is transmitted equally in all the directions. This is a closed vessel, and consider this is a balloon. And in this balloon is tight, so it is closed. If we squeeze this balloon, pressure in this balloon exerts in all the directions. And this is the Pascal's law. Pressure applied to a liquid is transmitted equally in all the directions. So to observe this thing, what we can do, in balloon make several holes, and when you squeeze it, the flow of water from each hole is equal this time. So yes, we can say pressure applied to a liquid is transmitted equally in all the directions. And here we have use of this law in hydraulic disc brake, hydraulic press, hydraulic car jacks, hydraulic lifts. And this term which is written here, hydraulic, means something which relates to the liquids. So this is all about the pressure exerted by the liquid. Now we will study about the pressure exerted by the gases.